That's a lie. In this video, we are going to make one of the best but not famous enough gin cocktails from the Savoy Cocktail Book. In my opinion, a seminal cocktail bible and an awesome place to start if you want to make some of the best cocktails in the world. You're going to learn the ingredients, a little history behind each one of them, how to modify it, and how to break this cocktail down and understand where it fits into the cocktail world. And as a bonus, I'm going to show you a way to do what it do. There's another really awesome cocktail that's very similar to this one. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal. The Savoy Cocktail Book came out in 1930 and it's written by Harry Craddock. He worked at the American bar. Started off in England, came over to America, Prohibition happened, so he took his ass back across the pond and this book became super famous. So we are making the Pegu Club Cocktail. The Pegu Club was a British social club in Burma. They borrowed the name of a river which is located in what is now considered Myanmar. As with almost every cocktail, there's a little bit of colonizing shit in here, but that's okay. We're going to give honor to Burma and honor to all the bartenders that have ever made this. Picture a room full of well-heeled, mustached, waxed, colonial types talking about the fact that the sun never sets on their empire as they sip beautiful green tinged cocktails. This picture is ethically challenging, but if we forget about that for a second, it's got some vibes to it. This drink is an awesome example of a daisy. And what is a daisy? A daisy is a sour sweetened with a liqueur. The recipe is very simple. However, there are some secrets and some uncovered facts that I'm going to let you in on. Along with the recipe here, I've got a pretty serious rant. This is one of those drinks that really lets you know how important ingredients are. For this cocktail, we're going to need lime. That's going to be our bittering agent. For our sweetness, we're going to use orange curaçao. Now, this is where stuff gets loaded. When I am reading some of the better cocktail outlets online, it suggests that you can use any orange liqueur that you like, except if I use something like Combier or Cointreau, which are sophisticated versions of the triple sec we all know and love, cocktail's going to trend a little sweeter. If I use what most of my craft bartender friends use, drum roll please, Pierre Ferrand dry curacao, the flavor is going to be much different. Now remember what I just said, if I use triple sec, it's gonna taste one way. If I use dry curacao, it's gonna taste another way. Look at what the top of this bottle says. It says triple sec. I spend more time being stressed the hell out over orange liqueurs because there's a little bit of a blind spot in the actual bona fide study of them. Let me explain. Triple sec means triple sweet. Curaçao is a Caribbean island. Really awesome oranges grow there. Other colonial people, as they were stealing shit, stole some of the oranges and decided to infuse them here inside cognac. And what is cognac? Cognac is the famous brandy of France, made in the same place that they make champagne. This, by fruitful mixology, is a traditional triple sec. It's a craft product and it's going to not have the kind of brooding finish that you get from the cognac. For this classic version, I'm going to use the Pierre Ferrand Curaçao. I mention this triple sec because when we're trying to be a cocktail ambassador, we want to invite people into our world, invite people into our never-ending cocktail party. If I say, would you like a Pegu Club? It's got gin and dry curacao in it. If you don't know those words, you don't want to hear what I'm saying, and you're like, no, I'll take my margarita. What if I said, I've got this drink, it's kind of a remix of a margarita with some spirits that'll surprise you. I think it's a little easier to buy in, and I think using the same ingredient that people know and love from their margarita. This right here makes up about 50 to 75% of a margarita. So you're on the way to earning your guests' trust. So ingredients, again, lime, orange liqueur. Our main spirit, our star of the show, is the spirit that I believe is the best place to start. I am using what I genuinely, bona fidely think is one of the finest examples of gin you can purchase. I'm gonna say this is a fact. If you have to buy one gin and one gin only, High Clear Castle gin is gonna be your choice. This is made at the the castle where Downton Abbey is set. The stewards of the castle are the Earl and Lady Carnarvon. They're royals, and I've met them, and they're so chill and so cool. And the person who made this all come together, his name is Adam von Gutken. He used to produce hip hop, and when COVID hit, my man opened up his pockets and did a lot for the bartenders in Connecticut. I just want to make that clear. This is a luxury, beautiful product, and it's made by people who care and who have not forgotten where they come from. So, lime, that's our bitter. Orange liqueur, our main spirit is going to be gin, and we're going to finish up with a dash of bitters on the top. It takes Angostura and orange bitters, 1 dash of each, and I think it gives a beautiful spice note throughout, and it gives the cocktail a beautiful color. Let's get down to mixing. First thing, I don't know if I've asked you to make this promise before, but if I haven't asked you, I've been derelict. I need you to promise me something. You are always going to use fresh juice. How do we use fresh juice? We cut and squeeze these things. It's about 2 cocktails to every 3 limes. I am making my juice what we call a la minute, to the minute. That means I'm squeezing it right here as we speak. So, what do we need for tools? We need a Boston shaker, Corico or nothing. We're going to need a Hawthorne strainer. Start off with what? Our cheapest ingredients first. 3/4 ounce. That's a lie. All right, let's pause, everybody. I promise I know how to make cocktails. The one complicated part about this drink is it takes a teaspoon, good gracious almighty, of lime juice. That's the original recipe. I'm gonna follow it, and I'm gonna use the teaspoon. I think it should have a 1/2 ounce, but who the F am I? So, teaspoon. There's our lime juice. 3/4 ounce orange curaçao. And then we're gonna do 1.5 ounces London dry gin. A gin like this I would avoid for this cocktail. It's just not structured enough. That's 3/4. And there's a 1/2. And now what we're going to do is shake it on our baddest behavior with what? Ice. Let it rain on down on me. This cocktail is served up. Almost every cocktail in the Savoy Cocktail Book says strain and serve in a cocktail glass. What do they mean by a cocktail glass? They mean a glass just like this. Any glass with a stem. What are these kind of colloquially known as martini glasses? And that's mine. These old school drinks are quite small. And now I have something awesome. I have here dashers for bitters. And when recipes call for a dash of bitters, a dash might be different each time. Sophisticated craft bartenders buy these bottles. We fill them up just so. We leave the neck empty. And every time we boop, dash, we're going to get the perfect amount. A dash is a very scant thing. You can't really do it in here. These tops only let out a little bit of liquid, like so. Yeah, no, not like that. You saw that bullshit? You know how much money I paid for these dumbass bottles? And that literally just poured 1/4 ounce of bitters into my jigger. Not what I want. However, because I live with some of the best women in the world, I found a measurer. Look what that says. It's a dash. Now, in some future video, we're going to make sure that this is accurate. We ain't gonna do that right now. We just gonna pour the thing in here and let this do what it do, okay? Good meniscus. 1 dash Ango, 1 dash Regan's Orange Bitters. When people are talking about bitters, they're talking about Regan's Orange. Regan's Orange Bitters make me cry because the man that they are named for changed my cocktail life, and he has since passed on, and I miss him every day. Shout out to guys, Regan. Dash. This cocktail is going to be garnished. Thin lime wheel for a bit of flair. Lovely dried lime wheel here. So let's give this the test. Does it look good? I think that's pretty. You give it a little stir to kind of integrate the colors and give it that beautiful golden hue. Looks good to me. Does it smell good? Yeah, that's pretty. That's beautiful. The bitters are coming to get me. The citrus is there. That lovely orange curaçao is tickling. And the backbone of the Highclere Castle gin, all about it. Does it taste good? Okay, so let's talk. This drink is a beautiful exploration of contrasts. So So it's essentially a gin sour, but we're getting something different with a little less of our citrus, and the orange curaçao kind of acts like a balancer of the other components. This drink, in my opinion, bridges the past and the present, because in 1932, somebody would have enjoyed one of these in Gay Paris. And in 2025, you can get served one of these at The Laurel, an awesome restaurant in West Hartford, Connecticut, run by some of the best bar minds in the world. Shout out to Ashley and Michaela, y'all are killing it. Now, cocktail's dope, right? And what did we use? Gin, dry curacao, lime juice, bitters. What happens if we take gin, lime juice, get your ass out of here, and simple syrup? Well, I'll tell you what happens. We have a classic gimlet, and the gimlet is amazing. I found an even cooler recipe in the Savoy Cocktail Book called the Bennett. Rock with me. 3/4 dry gin, 1/4 lime juice. So that's what? 2 ounces gin, 3/4 lime juice, we'll call it, 2 dashes Angostura bitters. We're gonna make this cocktail do what it do, because it ain't got no sugar in it, and we ain't getting down like that. So we're gonna do some classic proportions. Let's make it happen, Captain. 1/2 ounce simple syrup, 3/4 ounce lime juice, and then let's go 1.5 ounce gin. You know what? No, let's follow the ratios. Let's do 2. 2 ounces gin. This one served on the Rizzer Rocks. And then it calls for 2 dashes bitters. Fail. Put that there. A little nice pick to stir with. And so what we've got here, 2 cocktails. Same source, the Savoy Cocktail Book by Harry Craddock. Extremely different in flavor, but yet not so much. Ooh, that's pretty. Facts. Yep. Now, what do I like better? The answer is yes. With food, Pegu Club. Summertime, Bennett. For me, a cocktail is there for every purpose, and both of these meet my 5 criteria. They look good, they smell good, they taste good, I can finish them, and I damn sure would order another one. There are some simple and economical ways to make some of the best cocktails that have ever existed. As always, the most important thing to me in life is to drink and eat with passion, to listen to others with empathy, and to think with our heads, not in our asses. That is my vision for an awesome life, and I feel cocktails are little bridges that connect all of us. As always, peace, love, and cocktails. Cheers. If you had a good time and you learned something new, I would love it if you liked this video and hit subscribe and ding, ring that notification bell. If there's a cocktail that you'd like to see or a technique that you'd like to learn, drop it in the comments, because I love hearing from you. The barrel age is nothing without who? Cheers.